Congratulations on your engagement. I'm so excited that you're here because today I'm going to introduce to you the part of wedding planning that is the most impactful part of your whole night, regardless of how much money you spent. It is also the part that most couples forget, and it is the one part of wedding planning that's free. That's right, there is a part of wedding planning that's free. It is the most impactful part, and most couples forget it. So I don't want you to be one of those couples. And I am going to explain that here. But first things first, my name is Natalie. I'm an international DJ, wedding expert, and the creator of the Wedding Lab, where I help couples just like you unlock the secrets of the wedding industry to plan their dream wedding on any budget. Today, we are here to make your wedding the most spectacular night of your life and not waste a bunch of money because it didn't go right. I've produced thousands of weddings, and I've seen multi-million-dollar weddings fall flat. And I've seen really inexpensive, lovely weddings turn into the best night of people's lives. And I still get phone calls and emails and Christmas cards saying how much fun their night was. So what the couples did who experienced the most spectacular night of their life was they took the time to plan the experience, the vibe, what their night is going to look like and feel like. And basically, it's a big puzzle, right? Like, can you agree that planning a wedding, there's so many pieces, and most of the time you're not quite sure how they're all going to fit together, and you hope that it's going to end up being the best night of your life and that it's all going to come together and all of that, but you're not really sure. And a lot of it is like, ooh, does this piece go here? I think so. And do these pieces go together? So the couples who take the time to put it all together and design their own experience, those are the ones who have the best weddings. I'm going to share with you how to do that. So the first thing that you want to consider is that a wedding is not just a template that you found online that you're trying to fit into. We don't want to do that. But the one good part about what you get from like the people who are looking for templates online to figure out how it all goes together, the one good part that does come from that is that you get a foundation, you get a structure. Your guests are probably not going to feel like they're in a pinball machine going from place to place. You have that part of it. And that's what, when people lean on the online templates and the online timelines, that is what they get out of that. But it usually falls flat in the part where we want to really infuse you into the day. It's your wedding. It is not some wedding that we found on the internet. It is not the same wedding that if you've gone to 30 weddings this year, hopefully they weren't all the same. Hopefully everybody's wedding has, there's certain moments in weddings that are iconic, but they're particularly about the people who got married. Their essence is infused in various ways. Sometimes the decor, sometimes the music, sometimes the vibe. If you're really winning, it'll be all three. So how do you do that? The first thing you want to do is consider what it's going to look like and feel like from the moment your guests walk in to your ceremony until the last song of the night. You want to take the moments that you do want to have. Maybe you're going to have a first dance and you're going to have some toasts, and maybe you're going to also cut a cake, right? And we want to make sure that we strategically place each of these moments into the night, into the experience, so that we're leveraging the energy, that we're taking your guests on a journey, that we have everybody's attention, but we don't overwhelm them and give them too many things that they disengage. But we also don't waste too much time asking 200 people for their attention just to do like a grand entrance, and then the energy is really high and you guys enter and then you go sit down and have dinner and then we're like, oh, I guess that was it. We don't want that either. So how do you do that? Well, I'm going to share that with you in the $7 checklist below. What it really is there is a checklist involved. There is a sample template that you can use, but the goal is not for you to not infuse you into it. So I've also included a video, and in this video is me walking you through what the process is like to be able to design your own experience, design your own wedding trajectory, design your own wedding vibe, and you'll do that, and how then you will infuse the parts of you into your wedding. And the video is basically, so if somebody hires me to be a DJ, we have a planning call about 3 months before the wedding. And in that call, I have to help them figure out what music and what songs to put to each moment and how to kind of put the puzzle together with them. But if they don't know how to do that yet, how am I supposed to help them with the music part? So oftentimes when in that call, it's exactly what you're going to see in this video. That's the moment where my couples get the most relief. That's the moment where they think, oh gosh, I wish I would have talked to you 6 months ago because going all over the place in the weeds, very chaotic, trying to figure out how it and if it's all going to fall together. And now all of a sudden, they really understand and can see how it's going to come together, how it's going to flow, what decisions they want to make, and if they want to add anything on or if they want to take anything away, and how they want their experience to be. If you're spending this much money to have this really beautiful celebration, you could have eloped. You don't have to have a big wedding. You don't have to have a small wedding where your closest people come to it as well. You could do this privately on an island and come back and have a cookout afterwards. But you decided that you wanted to have a wedding and you wanted your people to be there with you and you wanted them to experience this with you. And because of that, let's give them a really good experience. Let's make it come to life. Let's bring your essence into your wedding and make it the experience of a lifetime so that you and your fiance will be able to look back on this and say, man, that was a great investment. I'm so glad that we did that. Versus, we should have just gone on a wildly epic vacation and not spent the money on that. Because those are the two biggest things that people say after their wedding. Like they sometimes regret having a big wedding. And then some of them, the ones who do it right, they are really happy with their decision. And so I want you to be happy with your decision. So if you're interested in not being the couples that forget the most important part of planning their wedding to make it all come together nicely and take the free part of planning a wedding that is the most impactful part and really understand how to give your guests a journey and give yourselves a journey, go ahead and check out below, and I will see you in the next video.